Howdy. What's up, huge burden? Finally, someone playing Sunder so I can study. I'm trying to learn the weapon since it came out. At least not using the special, but nobody better than me plays it. I've been loving it, obviously. Just like you said before. Kind of hard to practice it given all the screen stuff going on early, but now that seems, at least from a lot of what I'm hearing and seeing, seems a lot better. I feel a lot better about actually going out there and practicing this thing. I really, really love it. I miss Torpedo so much on Undercover. It makes it so much easier, and also just like screen in general. I also love the concept behind, so it's definitely between the two screen weapons, it's my preferred one. Definitely Squeezer is overall going to be the more meta one, no doubt about it, but I love Sunder, and I think it's like good enough. I at least want to give it an honest shot, so I've been playing a fair bit of it. I'm already like a third-ish of the way to 5-star, so I've been putting some time into it. Yo, Nova. Yeah, let me know how the mic sounds. I definitely might need to adjust some things with it. I'm very new to actually high-quality mics, so I might have to up the volume on it, change some of the gain, stuff like that. So just let me know how it sounds. If I had to guess, it might be a bit quiet. Run 1.1 sub saver, should I do 1.3? I honestly say however much you feel like you can fit. I like 1.3. I need to check my send to remember the exact benchmark. It's some amount of shots after Torp, but the main thing I want is just mostly to keep Torp as cheap as possible, since rolling Torpedo is kind of your way to win a lot of 1v1s reliably. Because this is a much faster kill than 1, 2, 3, obviously. So just the cheaper the Torp, the more reliably you can do that on the fly. So that's really what the goal is. But I'm obviously want comeback, I want stealth, and I like all these utilities, so that's also why I have the 1 sub of ISM. Actually, let me check Sunday. What was the number? The 1 sub of ISM was more efficient to reach something. What was I cooking like a month ago? Yeah, so with this set, you get 12 shots after Torp, which is plenty of time just to keep shooting. So even if like someone runs at you, Torp combo, you get the first kill and you have to immediately enter another fight, you still have more than enough shots to finish the second kill too. Yo, something. Ahoy and Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. Happy New Year to everyone. Let's see. Popping some open? Yeah, let's do some open. Always friends. It's been a minute since I last streamed, and last time I said I wanted to keep doing solo streams. That is still true. I've just been incredibly busy. You know, it's end of year, holiday season, like all sorts of stuff's going on, so just been spending a lot of time with friends and family. And I will soon be going on another trip in a few days, but I want to get at least one stream in before then. Yo, Mr. Awesome. It's going good. Bluefin. Yeah. I'm gonna try to endure at least a bit of zones though. As much as I don't like Bluefin, I do need to learn it. I mean, I don't even like hate it. It's just, it's better than it was in Splatoon 2, but it's definitely still not great. But I have barely practiced on it, especially in scrims or anything, so I want to get some more reps on it under my belt. Oh, it was a great time in Arizona. It was very fun being at Sunset Surge. Sadly, it was a little scuffed since Crim didn't make it at the end to the tournament because we were getting a little sick, but it was still like that whole week was still incredible, and even the event itself was still fun. Oh, this guy's not shooting bullets. This guy's not shooting bullets. Holy shit. I want to push up more. My teammates are not being aggro, so I will. Okay. this 52 is on another planet. Oh! Did not realize I restarted to number. Holy. Okay. First game of the day. There we go. Why am I always the one fighting the 52? Did someone else engage him? Oh my god. It is definitely. I mean, it's already hard to be reliable with Gorilla Shield, and then you face someone like that. It's just like. It's doomed. Oh my god, we got that cap. Uh oh. Got it somehow? I don't know how I'm alive. I'm a weeb now? That's new. I thought I was stinky. Howdy, really. What is going on? I could be both. I suppose that's true. Maybe? No. Okay. Alright, I'm just going full aggro mode. No one else will do it. I'll do it. I'm not afraid. But my aim is not here. I dropped for the soda and some music. Five-star reflex deco already. Damn. Yeah. And it'd be fine if I could, like, beat for them, but they're, like, also playing backline positions. That's the part that's sad. Let this be, like, a PSA on this map. Like, the amount of times I see people play like this is really sad, where they just sit in low ground and, like, be afraid because high ground surrounds them. And I'm like, wait, just push forward. Like, if you push forward onto grates, or even just, like, underneath ledges, you suddenly, like, have answers to high ground, so long as you don't die to laggy 52s through your shield. And just the map actually feels good. But instead, I have two sharking weapons just sitting on low ground, waiting for the opponent to fight them, but they don't have to fight them to win. And I'm just like, wow, that's insane. So, the more you know. Let's not play with that same team. Yeah, stuff. Yeah, since we have a few more people in now, just like my tweet says, we do have a new mic. Just let me know what like audio balancing sounds like. I haven't really tested it much. This is the first time I am testing it with Streamlabs actually, so if you need me to up the volume or anything, just let me know. But hopefully it sounds a bit better than the Xbox Live headset mic that I've been doing for a few years, so it's a bit quiet. That's sort of what I was expecting. Can boost. I'll boost the gain just a little bit. Alrighty. I don't accidentally send the gain too far. I put it up a little bit. Let me know if that's any better. Bluefin. Oh my god. Oh! The most scuffed 1v1 of all time. Thank you, Snipe Rider. Hold on, my teammate fell off. Nice. That's Bluefin. I feel so bad for this map because like they really did try with like innovating how the zone works, like how it moves around and all that. It's really interesting. Like I like the idea. Like they get a gold star for effort, but the map is still shit. It's just like, man. I applaud the effort, however, the core problems are still here. At the end of the day, it's still Bluefin. Exactly. Doing map design in a nutshell, this Slater would get me killed. I mean, you're right. Also, howdy, cool. Haven't played on this map yet. The moving zone looks bonkers. Excited to try it. Yeah, it's really interesting. Like, and also feels strange at first, but again, it's sort of like I already sort of gave my view on it. Very cool concept. Still not a very balanced map, but I definitely like zones on it the most though. Because the other modes, oh god. Yeah, I found it kind of funny, like with this one, especially. I just remember on Twitter people being like, after a few days, being like, "Wait, why were we excited for Bluefin again?" I just like how we're very slowly realizing the Splatoon 1 maps, hot take I know, weren't actually good. Just like every time they port one, it's like, oh, it's back, but they ruined it. It's like, no, they didn't ruin the map. It was actually just always bad. We just didn't know. CV Bluefin might be worse than Mincemeat. Probably. I feel like Clams makes me the least sad here outside of zones. Rainmaker, the checkpoints just confuse me, and like tower is actually the worst worst balanced thing I've ever seen. Like it is just very attacker sided. But it's definitely tough. Can't wait to see the same thing for Cult though. No, I refuse to believe that leak is real. That has to be a placeholder. There's no way they bring Cult back again. Or if they do, it's gonna be like a Hammerhead situation where it's like technically at the site of Kelp Dome, but it's gonna be like way different. Like there's no way this is just Kelp Dome again. Jeez, how much damage. Flameless Pollution is special flavor paint, yeah. The XXX tower. Oh, XXL tower, I mean. Yeah, that is fun. It is like definitely the tallest tower in the game. Funny movement. I was trying to squitter off of that, but I guess not. Played clams in Q last time, it was so bad. Only one score in the whole game. Oof. Yeah, at least like the way I sort of feel about clams is like the basket location actually isn't that bad, but I feel like probably the clam pods are the issue. It feels really hard to actually like get a stockpile of clams to try a push. Sunder versus Splashdown. I'll also be biased because most times I've played on this map has been in open like this, and I've had screen, and screen is definitely strong here, so. Where's this curling coming from? Comes the zone. This feels so trippy. Oh, I don't know why I thought the zone was still there. Oh my god. I said a fun thing there for like how I like 2v3 capped. I don't think a lot of people know it, but like screen actually paints under itself in like a pretty decent amount. Like throwing screen in zone kind of just helps a lot with the cap. Like that. Damn. Pods and approach were the problems. Yeah. Like, it feels like a lot of clams maps either have, like, a lot of clams, but it's hard to score, or not a lot of clams, but it's easy to score. This sort of feels like it has both, where the clams are hard to come by, and reaching basket is hard to come by, so it's a lot of stalemate. Those missiles landed insanely fast. They should take the moving zone concept and apply it to other maps. Please? Like, I remember when, God, when was it? When, nearly like 2 years ago now, when we're still like theorizing, barely seeing some of the first information for this game. I remember like, me and Krim were talking about like, can they please, revamp some of the ranked modes? I remember that was my idea for zones. Like, if after a certain point threshold, the zone moved. I would love to see like something like that, but obviously that did not come to be. Because that's sort of like my problem here too, is like, it's cool that the zone in neutral is in a neutral position, but like once it moves, it's still like hard to retake. You sort of think that's like the point of moving, is that it's like you're trying to make it more approachable. Unless they wanted to snowball, but So like to me, the main thing this change does is like makes the opening engagement on Bluefin feel a lot better, but then still again kind of becomes a mess. Yo, Nate. It is a Pika stream indeed. I'm just gonna push this bamboo. Do I want to do that? Yeah, I want to do that. It's really funny. Nice. Ooh, nice shot. I'm just gonna play that away. He's just a little faster than I thought he'd be. I just spam torp. Tracking. Yeah, that's honestly another reason I want to practice undercover, is as I've sort of been trying to learn meta weapons recently, I've been picking up a lot of shooters, and I'm realizing like just how bad my tracking aim is, and you really have to track with this, because your kill time is so slow. Because like every weapon I've played before in comp is like very high damage, like semi-auto weapons, so like yeah, you have to press CR every time. So it's very much like a aim shoots, but continuous tracking is a weak point for me. That guy got dunked on. I got my shield back. Let's go up the elevator. Yeah, did not think there'd be two people there. Time to play Splash? Yeah, I've been putting it off. I've been trying to like, I'm aiming to get 4-star on like every meta like shooter just to be like, guys, like an arbitrary benchmark. I was like, yeah, I've put a few hours of personal time into these. Just to be like, yeah, I know the basics now. And the 2 splashes, I think I don't have either of them to even like 3-star yet. I've been like, doing all the other ones. I got Zap. I'm about to have Shotgun. That will be helpful for sure. I'm just scared. Absolutely not Junior time. Junior, I think that's the reason I've liked spray shooters for so long, is because I just aim and they eventually get hit so long as I have good movement. My movement is pretty good, but I'm not standing still like that killing someone. No, you will not convince me to play mid. I'm sorry, Lily. I will play my own mid. That's what I'm doing right now. You have your mid, I have mine. What is this leader doing, dog? Oh, we're not gonna cap? Oh, we are gonna cap. Maybe, possibly. We did cap. Huge. Izzy, you have no argument against that. This is true. We both play weird shit. Actually don't have a big penalty here. But I should be able to get a screen. Okay, wait like 2 seconds to dive, please. Oh no. Uh-oh. Alright, boys. Yeah. Well. Perhaps the most normal. See, that might be the problem. You see, Junior is a mortal human being in the same game as the Splash-O-Matic. Damn, I just died like him. That is fair. You see, that's how I feel about Blob, though. So I'm like, he might be mid, but I'm so good at it that's great. And then I realized, wait, but what if I became great at broken things? That would just be even better, right? I'm sure Blob will return again one day. But right now I'm just like, what is he fighting for? Because I realized that Stamper is basically Blob. Like, all of the things I see in Blob that make me think like, yeah, this weapon is really good and slept on are like the things people do with Stamper. So I'm like, oh, Stamper is just socially acceptable Blob. But then it also has Crab Tank. Well, then if you want to play like super passive paint Blob, then you can just play Snipe Rider. I'm just like, damn. Like, I guess this is why. This is why he doesn't exist. This is just like more straightforward meta versions of anything you want from it. There's another guy behind me. Wow. Junior has Bubble. Bubble's the best special, but shields are cool, therefore a top tier. I can't argue with that. Whoa! Whoa! Did you see that? Whoa! Their people needed them. That was insane. Where was bro going? I'm just not touching that side of the map again. There's hydras dropping, there's people flying. I'm just gonna play left side. The demons can't hurt me here. Let me up the elevator. Why did I think his bullets are coming from the other direction? Okay. What? Huh? Huh? Okay. That was a cursed lobby. It's happening. During Q, I was told by my teammate I was told by my teammate that I clearly haven't played Zap for a long time. Then I played Shot until I was allowed to go back, and then I dropped 320 bombs. Nice. I don't quite understand how playing Shot gives you the rights to go back to NZAP. But nice on the 20 bombs. Been playing Neo Splash a lot lately because Pencil exists. Yeah, Neo Splash, I feel like it's still pretty fine. I feel like a few people messed with it for a little bit and then just like vanished again. I'm like, like I understand why people prefer the V kit most of the time, but I don't really think Splash Neo is inherently bad at all. Especially on TC, that kit is insane. It's because they went Zap and went very negative. Oh, okay. So you weren't proving yourself, you're waiting for them to disprove themselves. And then you're like, you see, I wasn't any worse. Yeah. How are we feeling audio wise? You want me to bump up the gain even more? Or is this better? Oh, I got player 1 and player 2. I have not seen a reflux with that much special charge since like the first month of the game. Oh my god. Could be louder? Alright, I'll bump it up after this game again. Yo, Shy, what's up? He was right there. I got shield boxed someone. I was like, wait, I didn't see him. This brush is just in there. That's so funny how like this area of paint becomes like inaccessible. Like now that zone's over it, like you can't paint that for turf. You have to wait until zone moves again. The hidden special charge. Push gun, high ground, yeah, that'll be fine. What? What is happening? I just... Every 30 seconds, there's some crazy shit. Is there a bomb? Oh, okay. Forbidden bunk bed. Yeah, like something about that carbon hitting me just like sent me into orbit. What? Okay. I'm on wired, right? Yeah, I'm like, make sure I'm not the problem. This is like some consistently bad lag. Okay. I will give it a little more volume. Let me know. I guess I'll ask again a little bit to feel out the vibe. I just don't want to overdo the gain, because sometimes, especially when I'm like video editing, I'll be like, oh, this seems quiet, and I'll bump up the gain a little bit, and I'll be like, that's good, and then I actually listen to the final product, and it sounds like deep fried. I'm like, oh, that's not good. So, I'd rather just slowly inch it up. This is like that meme of making a beat at 3 a.m. then listening it to the next day. Yeah, exactly. I'll be in Sony Vegas like, oh yes, this audio balance is perfect, and then I actually render the file. I'm just like, what? What the hell? I have to go back and fix it. Respawn Punisher, heavy edit. We got teammates who are cooking. Oop. Have you considered using a loudness analyzer plugin? I'll be so real. I'm such a baby when it comes to this stuff. I am still learning the hella basics, so I did not know that was a thing that exists, but I would love to explore it, so thank you for mentioning that. Uh-oh. Honestly, I might hit you up for that later. If you want to help me figure that out. That. Oh my god. Okay. Crazy shot. And also that tactic cooler is like in the middle of zone. We're in our spawn. This looks a little jover. Let's get the zone. We can do it. No. Peaking means your audio quality is peak, right? Yeah, exactly. 100%. Guess anytime I'm so free this week. Nice. I might even like book you tomorrow or something. So yeah, I will be out for another week starting on the 4th. So it was just a crazy time of year. Nice. Good to know. Yeah, if I remember, I'll poke you. Got the team. Does anyone know what this team is? I see them in open all the time, and I'm just like, I see the tag and I just like can't take it seriously. But it's clearly like actually a team. I have no idea. You know they have a Clash Blaster trick. Oh shit. I swear, like every day in open at some point, I'm just like vibes. Like every time I see their day. So they're out here grinding a lot. What? Whoa. Okay. Undercover fall off, huge. Oh. Lag even more huge. Okay. Furiously checks Looney spreadsheet. Does Wavebreaker hit undercover shield? Like, I guess it does. Like, I imagine if I'm holding my shield in front of Wavebreaker that I get doopied on. Maybe I'm wrong. Turn to charger. Should test that right now. Does my shield break? No, it does not damage my shield. That's actually really surprising. Because Wavebreaker does like insane damage to like Splash Ball and Bubble. Like it insta breaks Splash Ball. And like a lot of other objects does crazy damage against as well. I guess the shield might just not count as being grounded. Not worth fighting though, like you roll her in a corner. Oh. Umbrella Shield, some sort of weird gray area as far as objects go, like that's an OS not modified damage against it. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, object damage does not work against umbrellas. But outside of that, they tend to behave normally. Like, even just stuff down to, like, you know, when you throw a bomb at a splash wall, it immediately explodes. The same behavior happens with shield. So it's like, for Thrilla, I mean... I wonder if it's actually treated differently, as well if you're using one of the other umbrellas and you, like, deploy the shield. Like, does a launched tent shield take damage? It might just be when you're still holding on to it. Don't know how often that question is relevant. I'm curious. So I think like it becomes like actually considered an object when you launch it. Like it's still like object shader still doesn't affect it, but in terms of like behavior, I guess its own independent entity at that point. Oh my god, the clutch shield regen off the tent kill. Holy. I think that's one of the most creative buffs they've ever given a weapon. Like when Undercover got that buff in Splatoon 2, that was so cool. Getting the shield recovery, I mean. What weapons do you say work well with Sunder, like in composition? That's a good question. I'll think a bit about that. I'd say you probably want like at least one good like AoE weapon. Like, I think just chip damage always goes well with it. One, because obviously like it's very good at dealing chip, but not very good at actually cleaning kills. So having something like Slosher or Blaster that can just do like 70 damage chunks, like Machine, Tri-Slosher, stuff like that, kind of just tends to complement it well to finish kills off each other. But also because like those weapons tend to have a bit of slower like fire rates and like slower speeds on their like projectiles, so it's kind of they're more reactive by nature. And Undercover like really slows down fights. So it's really easy for like Undercover to take a 1v1 and like stall that 1v1 for a few seconds, and even if you don't get the kill, like you're not dying yourself very quickly, so it gives you a lot of time for those teammates to react and come help you. Other than that, I think it's kind of whatever. Intriguing system to be sure. Yeah, that was a wild moment. What's the rotation now? Rainmaker, Umami, Humpback, and Open. Zones, Brinewater, Barnacle, and Series. That seems kind of fun. And don't think I'm playing that extra rotation. I have not calced in clams yet. I don't think I've seen a clams rotation in X yet that I like the look of. What do I want to do? Rainmaker, Zones. Let's do, I'll do a few games of Rainmaker at least. So he's been doing Zones, so I might hop over to Series in a little bit. Not on the looty sheet, man. Yeah, I'm good with Rainmaker. I'm gonna Hammerhead Clams. Honestly, I think like Mahi's the one that scares me even more there, because like but for Hammerhead, like it's shit. Like Hammerhead Clams is bad, but like the thing is, it's one of those maps that's like it's mutually bad. It's like everyone's having like no one has fun. Everyone feels subject to the same bullshit. So like it feels like you can abuse that. That is, I mean, that's true for like most bad maps, but something about Mahi, like just the 0-100 nature of Mahi, like clams especially, just feels awful to me. Where like I feel like Hammerhead's a lot of like slower, smaller pushes, at least in solo queue, so it feels like kind of approachable. Yeah, like you're not gonna have fun, but like you can make your opponent not have fun either. So it kind of evens out. Need company? Oh shit. Yeah, if you wanna hop in here, I probably won't VC, but after this game, I can open it up if you want to join. Yeah. I'll also need to see once I'm back in my college apartment, the mic might be a bit louder because in my setup at home, there's not really an easy way for me to mount it and also have it super close to my mouth. So it is like, depending on, like right now it's a little closer, but when I turn towards my monitor, it's like even further away from me. But I should be able to get it more consistently close when I'm back, so. I've had a lot of trouble playing Sunder and Rainmaker. Yeah, I would definitely call Rainmaker source mode. I mean, the main reason is just because, like, Rainmaker is just the fastest pace mode. A lot of stuff happens. Just someone just sprints at you, a giant Rainmaker explosion happens, shield explosion happens. It's a lot of DPS checks, a lot of fast actions, and, like, Undercover is kind of the opposite of that. Undercover wants to, like, isolate 1v1s and play... doesn't want to play slow, but it wants to, like, slow down the opponent. Kind of wants to stop them in their tracks, but... again, Rainmaker's just very explosive by nature, both metaphorically and literally. So it kind of it can be hard to play that way. It's also a lot of high object damage, high DPS weapons are played in this mode just to like help with Rainmaker shield, but that also means that they're good against you. Why did Torpedo eat one of the Zuka things? I thought the Zuka shots pierced. Oh my god. Okay. Get this thing out of here. There's someone on top of it. Nice. Yeah, like honestly, in terms of kit, like I almost wonder if like Vunder is better in Rainmaker. You have to go with Undercover. Ideally, I probably wouldn't go with Undercover that much in Rainmaker in general, but it's just funny to think about. Screen is good in the mode, but I think this like reach slide is hilarious. Don't grab it. No. Well. Wish regular Brillo was a little more reliable since his Rail Brillo kit's so good for Rainmaker. Yeah, oh my god. I mean, Rail Brillo kit's just good, but yeah, the auto plus inkjet especially, and the number of inkjets it gets is the very easy way to shut down pushes and make them. So I really do miss Brillo. It's something that I don't think I sort of forget how long it's been. Like for a lot of people, or just in general, it's now 2024. But back in early Splatoon 2, like 2018, I was actually like a Brella main and like one of the first people to do it. So like I actually have a pretty extensive history like with the Brella class, but especially like vanilla Brella. And I loved that thing, but yeah, it ended up just after like a bit over a year, I sort of just dropped it because we'd have like very important tournament sets like fighting. We'd run into Alliance Rogue or were they whatever they're called at the time. Were they still Alliance Rogue even back then? I feel like maybe they had another name. I guess a Ghost, right? When they were sponsored, like we would just fight, they'd like just or just any like overseas team, you know, just like I want to do well in this set. Good European players, I want to prove myself, and I just die through shield like 10 times. It's just the fact there's a giant ocean between us, like there's nothing like we can do about it. That just like frustrated me way too much. But I've always like told myself if this game was like LAN only, I don't think I ever would have dropped the weapon. Even post nerf, like it sort of sucks. Like the nerfs hit it hard, but just the fundamental thing about like the weapon, just in theory, is still just like ridiculous, or just the class in general. A shield on demand is just inherently strong. I figured out about Cherry Limeade through a video approach I made like 2 years ago about bad weapons and how y'all would run undercover and or Glugas. I remember that video actually. I remember him asking me and Krim for footage on that. That was silly. That was definitely like I mean, we had silly comps all the time, but especially like early on Limeade, we were very unchained. Probably wouldn't do undercover and Glugas together anymore back in time, but it was I'm glad we did that though. If the undercover main weapon did 45 instead of 40, how much better do you think it would be? Holy shit! Hey, that would be insane. Don't forget me, that's true. I mean, but in Splatoon 2, you weren't weird. Because, like, Junior was meta, at least for a long time around that era. Oh, you mean in playing the open. I'm sorry, I forgot, that's what you mean. I got distracted thinking about the past. After this game, I'm sorry. What was I saying, though? Oh, right. If Undercover did 45 damage, that would be nuts. Because, like, alright. Here's the thing on Undercover, and, like, again, it's sort of just remembering, as of late, I have been saying I'm trying to, like, temper my crazy lab mentality and, like, kind of learn more meta stuff. And even despite that, I still think, in theory, the Undercover main weapon is, like, a really broken concept. The problem is, like, it's so inconsistent that you can't actually, like, see that in practice, at least without people that are, like, crazy good at it. And there's this question of, like, is it worth becoming crazy good at Undercover? And that's sort of its own thing. But if this thing like got to 2-shot people sometimes, like if someone was weak at all and you just consistently died to 2 shots, that would increase its kill time so much and make that aspect of it like toxic. So anytime I hear people say like buff it to 45 or 48, I'm like, yes, please give it to me because I'll win tournaments. But is it healthy for the game? Probably not. But would it be funny and strong? Absolutely. Yeah. Because especially like this kit, for example, like it's so easy to do like a little bit of chip damage to people. And granted, like even, you know, World Tour plus 240s is still, like that's still enough to kill. But just that extra bit of consistency, like for example, imagine you could do 45 and then hit for 36, like if you don't hit 3 pellets, and you're still doing over 80 damage. It would just, again, like, the actual consistency at which you could, like, chip damage plus 2-shot people would go through the roof. It's like Undercover, it's sort of like Wiper in the sense that like it has a lot of things going for it except the kill time, and the kill time is so low that it's like a major weakness that you have to play around like entirely. I say that with Wiper, like not including the like close range melee kills, like I just mean like the horizontal swipes and stuff. But like, yeah. Again, that's why I'm just like damage buffs with Undercover. It's a slippery slope. Oof. Apparently I lost my series streak despite not touching the mode. What? Yeah, that's my question. Yeah, did you do a rank up? Because I had an 11 streak and then I did a rank up and it just disappeared. I remember on the patch notes it said that, so I was expecting that. So I'm assuming if you said you didn't touch the mode at all, that you probably did not. Unless you like qualified for rank up via open. S+7. That is so weird. You sure you didn't like DC and lose a series last time you touched it and just like forgot? Played in my sleep and through. I don't know, I'm trying to think about it. Yeah, it might just be Splatoon jank, but I'd hopefully it's not. What is going on? I just completely botched that squid roll. Okay. Oh, the game's not over yet. But I was gonna say, I'm not forgetting you this time, Lily. Hold on. They don't know. They have no idea. They are completely clueless. They knew. Might be a visual bug. Might show up if I continue to streak. This is cope. It showed. Wow, the cope was right. Well, I'm glad it's back. See, like, you just like didn't have the crown over your head or whatever, or like the little symbol, like the first game you played. All right, I'll press no. Get in here, Lily. Yeah, I wonder if it's like maybe something to do with the month changed. The game must like remember. I don't know what that'd have to do with it. Corn raid. One viewer raid. Let's go, Korean. Was good. Also, howdy, Scup. We all doing some Q, or what are y'all up to tonight? Nice. You Leviathan yet? Are you peak gamer? I don't know how, like, I was like 30 points away from like Leviathan the other day, like just didn't play for like 2 days, and I came back and I was Leviathan. I'm like, what happened? The threshold must have like dropped a lot. Screen is so funny on this map because I can do stuff like that once we kill this guy. Yeah, look at that screen. Look at that screen. Yeah, that is ridiculous. There are a lot of really strong screens here. Like, I have such mixed feelings on this map because I'm like, damn, when I play on it and use a screen weapon, I'm like, the special feels sick with how it like works around the terrain. But then like the actual 2 weapons that have screen right now like hate this map mode. Like, the weird geometry just does not favor like the kitey playstyle of both Sunder and Squeezer. And that right there is why we run a pure Sub-Saver. Where is bro going? Oh no. We terrorized people because they said no to gentlemaning off Rainmaker Blot and Clarence Bluefin, so we got a lead and ultra stalled on Blot. Is that a thing people are doing where they agree to like play a different map mode if SendiQ just gives you like wild ones? That's kind of funny actually. Oh, there's a guy here. What? Well, that kills through shield. Okay. I didn't know that. Unless it just hit me under shield or something. Oh my god. All these dualies. Why did bro drop? There's like no visual damage on his shield that entire time. That's another funny thing about screen on this map. Howdy, yes, Skep, I have a new mic. Oh! And I lived that Reef Slider. Okay, so I lived that one. My voice is deeper? I heard the opposite. I heard like I sound like a dude in person, which is higher than my older mic used to make it sound by a little bit. Interesting. Let's get the Chad Pika voice. Yeah, this guy like never has visual damage on his shield. That's a weird bug. A lot to read up on after this. Wow. Lily, how are you living? Lily? Lily? That is ridiculous. Nice. What have I been missing? Okay. Yeah, as if they wanted to play Undertow and they just said nah. I mean, you can't blame them for playing the maps that were given. I want to know how that system works though, because sometimes you'll see maps that's like, oh, this team picked it, and like no one actually upvoted it. But I guess like it probably is pretty generous, because if it only did stuff people upvoted, you'd get like very little variety. Today you learned you can jump from check to drop on this map. Make on the left side check? Because that's like the point of it. Because otherwise there's like no way to continue the push. It's actually an evil twin known as Dave Pika 564 who one-tricks Carbon. Yeah. That would be a completely alternate universe to me. I think there's no weapon I enjoy playing less than Carbon. Check to enemy bunk. I am confusion. Uh-oh. You mean like that? I don't think you can do that. I don't know where bunker is on this map, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that's what I was talking about originally. No, I almost had that. He just dropped. Man. Where'd that T-Tech go? Oh, there he is. There he was, I suppose. Have a free checkpoint. Or not. Wow, everyone was there. Oh, we get this spot, we get this spot, I believe. We absolutely do not get this spot. Something very subtle that I think most people don't know about Undercover. Most people don't know much about Undercover, for a fair reason. What I love to do back when I played it, like I played a lot of Thunder in Splatoon 2, is it actually is worth it to shield flare sometimes with Undercover. It's sort of thing like you can shoot at the same time as you're shielding, like why don't you ever want to drop shield? But you actually strafe a little bit faster with shield down. So I don't know how many people noticed there, but like when I was fighting 52 in the corner, I briefly shield flared to like boost myself strafing, and it threw off his lace tracking. Really nerdy shit, really nerdy niche shit, but there is some Undercover tech for you. It is actually worth it to shield flare sometimes. And also, I mean, there's also the other thing too, it just doesn't happen very often, where like you do, just like other umbrellas, you do heal your shield only when it's like down. Like as long as it's deployed, you don't regen. So if also like if I'm like mirror matching an Undercover, like something that can't threaten to kill me fast, I'll also throw in a few flares just to get a health advantage over them, but most of the time you don't do that because dropping shield just kills you. But into really like slow DPS weapons that you feel like can get away with it, it's also nice. But usually I do it for the movement. Because Undercover's non-shielding strafe speed is really high. Nice. Yeah, a little bit of technology. Actually, what it might be, I'm just checking actually, I might be misremembering that. What it might be to do with run speed actually. I think like run speed applies better. So there's something about it. I think actually the base strafe speed might be the same. But I want to say like there was some difference. I think it might be that run speed works better when you're not shielding. Or maybe I'm just pulling this out of my ass. I really thought that was something that existed. But now I'm like checking the stats and I'm like, wait, it doesn't show. Okay, let me check the run speed thing on Sunder. Yeah, I think it's run speed. Okay. I did have comeback there, so that wasn't relevant. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, run speed generally it's gonna be more helpful the higher like a base strafe speed your weapon has. It sort of like multiplies it. So for stuff like Zap, Undercover, like that have high base strafe speeds, sorry, hiccup, even a small amount of like run speed will go a long way. I'm not running any run speed outright in this set, it just comes from comeback, but in Splatoon 2 I did have a run speed set. Right, yeah. That's how you sort of notice it. It's like when you're just strafing and tap shotting versus strafing just holding down ZR, like you'll notice the gaps will be wider when you're tapping because you're moving more between the shots. Oh my god. I threw that screen way too far. I thought I was throwing that at my feet. I like running a main of run speed on my Sunder set instead of stealth jump, but I also only play with the group, so stealth isn't as needed. That's very fair. I'm trying to remember how much did I run Like I think I ran like a whole lot back in the day, but also that was like before I really understood good builds. I want to say I ran like up here. Yeah, once I started understanding good builds, I ran comeback because I was like, one minute run speed through comeback is nice. Like basically every comeback perk is insane on this thing. Like all the ink efficiency is appreciated. Swim speed, run speed is all nice. Special charge is nice. Like because some people love like LDE undercover because torp spam, but I'm just like, I just think comeback's a bit better because genuinely like every single ability point from all 6 abilities it gives you is weird. Like all of them go a long way with this thing. But to be fair, I also play a bit more like aggro with undercover. That tends to be the case. Usually if I play a thing that's seen as not aggro, I'll probably still play it somewhat aggressively. Like at least to me, like undercover design-wise, always seems like they've always wanted to be more aggressive. Obviously, stuff like Sunder in this game and like Hunder and Splatoon 2 like had like supportive leaning kits, or at least like kits that let them play supportively. But like the weapon by design, again, especially after like the buff to like recharge shield, like sort of wants you to isolate 1v1s. You know, like you have terrible DPS, but you also take forever to kill. So as long as you can like kill someone in that time and not get overrun, like you usually win your fights. And like the best way to isolate 1v1s is to be the one initiating them. Or if you're like a support player and like the rest of your team dies and the enemy team just sprints at you as like 2 or 3 people, or like 4 people even, like undercover doesn't hold down that line. Like that's sort of why in my head I'm like, I don't really think it's ever gonna be like a great support. I think that's where a lot of the idea of people are like, oh, it can't kill, it can't fight, kind of comes from that. Because if you just get sprinted at by a greater number of people, it's just doomed. But if you're the one like initiating 2v1s or 1v1s, like again, it's honestly not that bad at fighting. Get out of here. Nice. Thermal E-liter? Oh my god, you're right. Surely they're leveling gear, Copium. It's even worse that it's E-liter because like both parts of the kit give you information. Like both parts of the kit mark people. Like even if we were like tap shotting for thermal, like even if that's a thing we were theoretically building around, like why would you not just wave break it? That is fascinating. I'm gonna hope they're leveling you. Thermal squiffer. People just put thermal on everything. It's really funny. I think my favorite one I've seen is thermal sploosh. Just like yes, I think like when you're in like the range of hitting someone with sploosh, like it's too close for thermal's effect to go off. Like it just it's just fundamentally incompatible. Just assume everyone with an ability that's far off for the weapon just wants to is just playing it for fashion. Yeah, that's true. They can like you can change main abilities in this game though, so you can like make drip that also is good. I suppose that does take a lot of chunks. Thermal sploosh. What did I see drop roller on yesterday? It was something cursed. I think it was Hydra. Yeah, it was a drop roller Hydra I saw yesterday. Like, that's a new one. Bro is gonna super jump in the open, drop roll to dodge, and then start charging. The outplay of the century. Oh my. Jet Sculpture fall off? Okay. Oh, they're just running. Another fun undercover tech that I know for certain I'm not pulling out of my ass, because I've crunched the numbers on it and used it in practice, is now that Sunder's back out. For whatever reason, Torpedo has like, I don't remember the exact multiplier, but some like crazy like damage increase against like undercover shield. I think it's like 4 times. It's like undercover has like 200 health. And rolled torp like 60 times 40 or times 4 is like 240, so it just like immediately breaks other undercover shields. So if you're ever like jousting another Sunder, just roll a torpedo at them and their shield just evaporates. It's really funny. Did want to try the long gal with thermal at one point. I've heard worse. Definitely heard better though. Over time, like Respawn Punisher on our brush, they don't realize how much of a negative it is for the user. Yeah, that leads to a whole like whole sort of problem I have with like the Splatoon series in general. It's just like how not transparent the game is about its own like mechanics and stats. Like, it's a whole thing. Like, just have the little, like, descriptions that someone typed up. And then someone else translated that. So it's just, like, super vague. And then, like, the actual reading of, like, stats. Like, when you look at a weapon, it's just, like, some meter that's, like, range, and someone fills it up to, like, 60% of the gauge because that's how they feel about it. And it's, like, that stuff is not based at all in the actual stats of the weapons. Like, that's all just, like, devs kind of put that by vibe. Like, oh, relative to the other things in this class, this thing's damage feels about here. Like, it doesn't actually reflect the numbers at all. So, a lot of things about the game are sort of hard to understand without having the help of external tools. So, and then especially gear. Like, holy, like, what would we do without some dude like, or lean? So opening Gambit thermal drop roller, E-leader. That is crazy. Here's Unfortunate Aerospray and Ninja Leader. Ninja Leader's a classic. I've seen that a few times. Yeah, even in the app, like, you have to go to the app to see, like, that's the first time they've, like, openly acknowledged, like, ability points. And so they use the metric of, like, this ability times whatever, like 1.0, 0.6 or something. Like, that's the first time they've openly said, like, yeah, this is how the ability system works. Yeah. It's a very similar issue as I have to, like, Pokemon, whereas, like, you have to find the external tools. You have to go to Showdown or damage calcs or other weird things to be like, this is what EVs are and how they affect your stats. Been in the game for nearly 2 decades, but the game themselves will never explain to you what they actually do or how to control them. It's all on your own. And it's just like, why? Why don't you just make that more obvious? It ended up with the thermal big gal, but that idea seemed feasible since RNG makes 2 shots inconsistent. Yeah, it sounds like a fun thing to mess with regardless. That's another thing too, is like 96's damage fall off is kind of crazy. So you could technically try to like 3-shot someone with fall off if you wanted to. I think its minimum is 35, right? Fall off? I think so. I'm very glad that they fixed screen, but it also is kind of funny now. Like I get hit by it, I just feel like it doesn't matter. Like I got hit by that screen. I was like, I'm just gonna keep pushing. It really does not feel difficult to make out. Like it feels like anything is easy to make out on my screen. Like it doesn't feel like I'm very bothered, I suppose. Again, good change overall. It's just a little sad at the same time. The jump on the left was first. I still get both. That's crazy. Wish they considered changing up OP or tunnel vision effects. Yeah, there definitely are some things they could do with it. Like I like the approach of darkening. So obviously, just for a lot of reasons, again, that was just way less harmful and annoying, even to people that didn't have like photosensitive issues. Even that, I think just. I feel myself having a lot less strain from the darker version. But yeah, it'd be cool if they like, yeah, maybe like just fully darken like the edges or something. Yeah, that tunnel vision effect maybe interesting. Like right now with screen, because like the effect again to most people isn't very disruptive, and also even like the damage is nice, but you can parry it with Squid Roll. So like even the dealing 30 damage with it like isn't very guaranteed. Like the main thing I find myself using screen for is either like the screen itself blocking vision. Also, unfortunately, we're getting robbed here. Also one thing I do like about it, the other thing, is that when someone is debuffed, like it's really loud. Like you like when an opponent is debuffed, like you can hear like bubbling from their location like very loudly and constantly. It's like sometimes I even just like throw a screen, like if I'm kind of in a crazy area with a lot going on, I'll just like split one side of it with a screen. And if someone's gonna push through it, like I hear them bubbling behind me. I'm like, oh, someone pushed through, let me turn around now. You don't really have to like actively look at your own screen to know when someone is trying to go through it because of that. Let's go. You have the shield out. Uh-oh. Man, you should just kept going. Yeah. Eventually I'll make a screen guide. Because I've been doing the utility subs guide, and screen's kind of like a utility special. But I definitely want to wait for more weapons to get it first. And also just give myself more time to learn it. But it's definitely something I want to talk about. It's like, it is ridiculous how there's just constant bubbling. I can show it in the lobby right now even, like. The information aspect of it is definitely nice. FOV probably would be motion sickness inducing. Yeah, that's true. Or if you see a rework in the next season or something, and this is just a stopgap fix. Yeah, there's a chance. I'm honestly surprised they got a fix out this early, and I'm really glad about it. Hold on, let me show this first. Like, you can hear, like, once this hits them, it's just that bubbling, just constantly. So it's very easy, like if you're just like fighting like someone else looking the other way and you start hearing like like you'd be like, oh, someone pushed my screen. You kind of turn and react to it. Wait, what was I saying? Yeah, like I'm honestly happy they got something else this fast because like in terms of like the dev side of it, like you have to like implement the change, like first of all figure out the difference you want to do, actually make it in game, and then like get it approved and tested and all that like all over again. So the fact it's out so early means that they really did prioritize it. So I'm curious to know, yeah, as well, like was this just a stepping stone and they're gonna try to find a better overall thing, like having more time to do with it, feel like they don't have to rush it quite as much, or are they gonna just let this sit for a while? Cool. I keep feel like I can make that jump. There's other modes you can make the jump to grading from here, but I think green is one of them. Never mind, it is. And I choked it. Oh well. See the vision Nintendo had in making a Series TTV. So it's a bummer they didn't figure out a way to do it without hurting people. Yeah, that's sort of what I'm hoping. Like that's the thing I have faith that they might try to do a greater rework later. Is that they really did like have a missing idea here, and they just obviously the execution failed in some ways. And even I know it's not like a useless special or anything. It'd be nice if they can try to explore it a bit further, because like that's something neat about like Splatoon is the way it has like effects like this. I feel like it's kind of unique. Things like getting disrupted or toxic misted, getting point censored, and now like adding this to like kind of the list of debuffs. Like it's been the first attempt at that in a long time, basically since Splatoon 1, right? Minus like tactical, or if you're counting like buffs. I'm thinking more so like debuff kind of stuff. So I do hope they keep sort of working at it. What weapons I think Screen will go on next? That's a good question. I'm thinking like probably almost certainly something between Dreadringer and Explosher. Like I think surely a Slosher is gonna get it, and like has to be one of those two, unless they're gonna hold out for third kits, which I am pretty certain will happen. But I'm trying to think, yeah, like because I think it would make a lot of sense for both of them. Because the fact that it's on Squeezer, like Foil Squeezer, means it's like in some ways being seen as like a bubble blower replacement, because they definitely meant for bubble blower to be more defensive, and then it became a nuke. And Explosher had bubble blower, so there's kind of a precedent for that. That's the word I was thinking of. But also I can see it working nice with Dread. Other than that, I'm not too sure. There is 52 deco still. There is a shooter. So they could do that as well. E-leader, custom E-leader, there's a chance. There's a lot of options. Foil Flingza, actually. I don't know why. Something in my head just says that makes sense. Obviously not all of these things will get it. I'm kind of spitballing ideas. Obviously there's only so many things that still need kits as well. But I imagine we'll see definitely at least one screen, if not two, next season. Yeah, Expo would be cool. Yeah, screen is also literally a bubble blower, yeah, you're right. With all the changes to X-Rank and Salmon Run, I'm kind of hopeful about this mid-season patch. It feels like they cleaned up a bunch of the backlog of things people were talking about. Yeah, that's like another sort of general trend I think people tend to sort of forget about, is like, or haven't really noticed quite as much, is like actual season patches tend to not have that many balance changes. Like it's all about adding in side features or like stuff like that, and then also obviously the new content, like new maps, new music, new kits, all that. Like it's sort of more so introducing new things to the mix and then observing how that actually works. Like mid-season is always where they go hard in the balance. So I think it's also like something I really like that they've sort of made this a trend of having like the designated mid-season is for balance, so they don't really feel pressured to solve it all right away, like when they're doing other things too. So yeah, basically I agree that they tend to make some really nice changes on mid-season, and especially this time. Like I feel like, just like you're saying, there's a lot of like kind of backlog stuff I imagine they've been wanting to do for a while, and now that that's sort of gone. Because I imagine the main thing they're still working on at this point in terms of content is obviously side order. Just the guy's just going over there. No. Wait, why did that take so long to drop Rainmaker? I personally really would like to see a screen on Dreadringer, just because, I mean, first of all, I haven't really talked about it much. I really like the main weapon of Dreadringer. Like, it's really grown on me hard. Like, the first night I was pretty doomer alongside everyone else, because I was like, wait, this thing looked like it was going to have more range and better frame data than this. This feels kind of shit. But, like, I feel like this has a really like unique kind of rhythm to it, like where you have to kind of think about how you're timing your shots and placing your shots, because first of all it has a unique fire rate, and also like the double slosh burst. This sort of grew on me because I was like, wait, especially from higher elevation, like it does outrange machine. It has some like crazy good paint. It has like the largest hitboxes in the class. Like it is a massive chunky lad, and I enjoy just how Dreadringer functions. But then Reef Slider, so they gave me a screen, or they even just something else like Storm, but there's already 2 Storms in the class. Just some like nice chip damage sub to go well with the 90. It'd be awesome. Yeah, like yeah, the 30 damage off of screen plus 90 from Dread. Yeah, it'd just be bonkers. Regardless, I'm excited for its alt kit, no matter what it gets. Well, I say that they could mess it up, but we already got Reef out of the way. Yeah, like it feels really difficult to approach. It has like the blob thing that I like, where it's like, because you're shooting a bunch of like slow moving projectiles like one after the other, like if you're just spamming an area, you don't actually have much downtime, like where your hitboxes aren't active, even though the fire rate of the weapon is really low. So like just spamming a choke point as Dread, or like spamming an angle you don't want like someone to stand on, like if you're on offense, just with endless damage, like it's really obnoxious. And the ink efficiency buff kind of went crazy that they recently gave it. Yeah, I like C screen on it. I have a feeling though that it's gonna get Splash Ball, because they've always had a Splash Ball slosher. It was Slosher Deco in Splatoon 1 and then Blob in Splatoon 2. And I feel like it also would go really well with a Splash Ball and also make a lot of sense. So I'm expecting Splash Ball, and I feel like they wouldn't do wall and screen. I mean, they could. They would just, that seems a little redundant to me. But that's why I'm thinking probably Explasher. But who knows? I also said wall would be on Blob Deco, and then they gave me Marker Kraken, so you never know. Someone died on my screen. Nice. I don't know what the delay on Rainmakers in this lobby has been. Julie fist bump is clearly the best fist bump. It's pretty good, yeah. The bucket one where you throw it up in the air is also great. You have to be on the right side for torque. Yeah, I was using the weapon emotes for a long time. I just recently am trying this one from the catalog, just as a bit of spicing it up. Had plenty of bucket throws with the last one. I'm also really surprised, like, the amount of new emotes they make. I guess, like, originally when the game came out, like, I didn't think they would go so hard like, with it, with just, like, but there's, like, 6, 7 emotes, like, every season, something like that, like, at least 5. It's really nice. I guess Splatoon has always had a lot of, like, customization. Oof. Where is Rain? It's over there. What if we just... Oh, I needed that to hit the wall. It's too low. No. I'm just gonna flank. I'm tired of playing neutral. Holy carbon jumpsuit. Just running it. I just flank again. I get this kill. Yeah, I'm just gonna flank again. I might have to grab Rainmaker actually. No. I try to kill them before they hit the ground, so Rainmaker would reset up to plat. Wow. Talk about Dreadringer makes me want to play a few games with it. I might just mess around. I can feel my vocal endurance going down a little bit. Sadly, for like a few weeks, I've had like a residual cough for being sick before, so tend to sort of slow down. So I might just do a few silly games of Dread and then wrap it up. It's been like a nice 2 hours. I get a little bit of variety. It's been Sunder for all of this. Oh. My torpedo bounced off of the cooler. The cooler. What was it? They don't have, what object was that? I bounced it off of something, and that meant it didn't lock on. Maybe it's just the curvature of the map. That was just like, was that? That's our own cooler. Oh, Lily, you trolled me. I'm just gonna walk. Y'all ready for a torpedo simulator for 20 seconds? Maybe more. I no longer have any reason to directly engage with this battle. And I could just torpedo the choke point. Oh, Carbon wants to interact. Oh, that's too bad. This is gameplay. See you, Nate. Thanks for stopping by tonight. I think I'll be sure to poke you tomorrow. You didn't directly team kill me. You team kill stool without actually kill stealing. Kill deny, kill cuck, perhaps. Yeah, it's still not fun to push through screen. Like, you'd rather have your screen be normal. Yeah, I'm gonna mess with Dread for a couple games. I'm gonna use this build. Oh my god. You heard that? Like, sloshed it right as they got invincible and it made like 50 sounds. I wanted to see if I could like replicate that. I'm trying to get the timing right. Oh my god, these things take longer to recover than I thought. Yeah, there, what the heck? I think like every part of the slosh activates the sound. That is so trippy. Is special power worth it at all on screen? I would say no. I'm really not a big fan of the secondary effect. I like being able to throw screen farther. That's really nice. But I think it's sadly counterbalanced by it moving faster. At least to me, like, it sort of depends, but at least to me, like, the value of screen, again, in that, like, actual vision blocking, you kind of tend to want that to be stationary, or at least, for the most part, stationary, so you can actually, like, rely on the fact that, like, where you put the screen is where the screen will continue to occupy for you, obviously. Like, if it moves out of the way, then it might just go past where you're trying to take or fight for. And that special power makes it kind of get out of there, skedaddle a lot more quickly. Which, like, if you're trying to do a strategy where you like follow the screen forward, it could be nice. But I think at least with the current screen weapons, the way I sort of see them, I don't really think you're incentivized to do that much. Like, if they give screen to like a roller or like a blaster or something, and you want to like shark up behind it, then like maybe special power screen will be nice on that, because you'll actually get to cover more ground with the cover. Cover with the cover. Roller jump scare. And that's, I mean, like, the hitboxes on this thing are meaty. And then my special is that. Like, just imagine this weapon and then I pop anything else. It's a weird looking Sunder. You missed me playing Sunder for like nearly 2 hours. I'm just messing with Dread for a few games before I call it a night. Calculated, totally. I forgot I put that in the title though. Going in. Wait, I got cock blocked. Oh well. I always like. I basically never use Reach Slider, so whenever I'm like on a weapon with it, I assume it like slides off of things, and then it doesn't. Like my brain was like, yeah, you're gonna slide off of the pedestal and then like go around the left side. It's gonna be really cool. And I forget that in actuality, I just faceplant. What? Thank you. There's a bomb. I don't know. This thing is just fun. That's the reason I want, like, really hope we get an alt kit for it coming up. Like, if it does get a strong kit, it'll be an actual chance to, like, assess how well it genuinely does hold up. Because obviously a lot of sloshers are just really strong as well. I'd love to be able, like, to justify giving it a really thorough shot in competitive. I just really love it. It's just fun. We just go for it? I think we just go for it. Yep. That was so scuffed. Two of them just pushed the North Knight. Yeah, I saw them going past. I was like, what if I just Reach Slider? Rat mom. How much paint did I get? Oh, holy shit. There it is. Yeah. Part of that is, like Reach Slider does paint a lot every time you just go in and die. It is a huge nuke. Even, like, the main weapon paint, which is really nice. That's another thing I like about it, is that, like, Blob taught me really well that, like, flick sloshes are the best way to paint because you're just spreading out, like you're not overlapping with yourself, and Dreadbringer like very much encourages the same thing. So that's like very intuitive muscle memory to me. Because like comparing like not flick sloshing versus flick sloshing, like the paint output, like that's just, this is just objectively better. Maybe... I'm surprised I'm not a big fan. That guy on top mid died of that? That's crazy. Put me in there. This is such a strange match. The YouTuber goes kind of crazy. The size of the hitboxes on this weapon are larger than like normal slosher, and you have two of them. So even if like the base damage of one hit is less, like it is really easy to hit someone once. I say as I whip like crazy. When you're not right in their face and bad at the game, it's really easy to hit people at least once. So. It's another reason why approaching it can feel really difficult. Yippee. Can't wait for it to get burst and storm or screen. Holy shit. If it gets that, if it gets either of those specials in burst bomb, it's over. I do truly believe, surely, Nintendo learned their lesson about Slosher plus Burst Bomb. I like to believe. I like to think that they learned. Like, I don't even consider it as a possibility. I'm like, surely not. If they want to make a war crime, like, I'll play it. Fellas, we're not holding the choke point. No. Nice shot. Okay. Let's go win game. Where is this slosher? There he is. Well. Streak of 7 now. I am. I do wonder why they kill it with rank ups and don't just like pause it. Because obviously like, they don't want the rank up match itself to count since it's like first to 3 or like 3 wins instead of 5. But like I don't see how like winning a rank up is like, oh, your win streak is over. It's like, no, I'm still winning. It's a little strange because it means like to get the anything above the 10 win streak, it's not even possible to like actually get it until it's not even possible to get it until you're S plus 50 because otherwise you just rank up too fast. There's a bomb that got you? I was wondering what that was. Yeah, I was kind of going crazy in this spawn. Oh my god. Alright. One more, Lily? Let's not end on that note. One more. I'm having fun too. Yeah, 25. Our teammates had okay kill-death ratios. The problem is all the numbers are low. Like, congrats on getting 2 deaths. However, you got 5 KA in a 5-minute game. In less than 1,000 paint. Congrats on not dying, however, you still didn't find value. Back now, let's go. I would have thought that guy was weak. I just flank. I'm just gonna flank. I feel like this has been the theme of me playing on Humpback. Like, yeah, this flank. Is it a good idea? No. Is it funny? Yes. Yep. Wow. What an angle he found. I want the soda. Can I grab it to the wall? Yes, huge. Worth. Slider's just so goofy. Got this. Crab's gone. Nice. Thank you for being ready for that. Where are my shots going? Where'd my ink go? Where'd my friends go? Go. You did understand the assignment. Thank you. That was very risky. I'm just gonna reef him, right? Surely? Yeah. Nope. Not right. Yes, right. Thank you for understanding the assignment once again. Uh-oh. Alright, one more defense, boys. Like, if they're just gonna take forever, I'm just gonna keep, like, feeding. I'm just taking shots at them. Because they're not actually threatening points. Uh-oh. Now it's just me. What is this match? Yeah, I think that's a good match to end on. Just something that made no sense at all. Indeed. Like, that's the real secret. Reef Slider is instantly a top tier if you just have a Lily to follow you. So this is professional advice. This is 100% confirmed. Okay, yeah, definitely. I want to get some dinner and rest up my voice. So yeah, I'm gonna stop it there. But it was nice to get a stream in. Again, once I'm back, I'm doing another trip, going to Canada for a week in a few days. So probably no streams before that, and obviously during that. But soon, once I'm back in my apartment, I really do want to make, like I was saying last time, like I would do want to get into a rhythm of doing some more normal streams like this. This is a chill vibe, you know? Even if I'm just doing open practicing a thing, I might as well. Like, if I'm just here on my own, might as well go live, might as well get some vibes, because it's nice to see everyone again. Also nice now to have a new mic, because it's, I don't know, I feel fancier now, and hopefully the overall quality is a bit more, a bit better on the stream. Because sometimes when I watch back my VODs, I'm just like, holy, my voice sounds terrible with that headset mic, so got something proper now. If anyone's curious, it is a HyperX Quadcast S. So they had a nice Black Friday sale going on when I ordered it. Let's see, see you streaming. Who can we raid tonight? bunch of the comp boys are streaming. Zero, Jared, Shadow. Shadow just started streaming. I want to go raid Shadow. I raided Retro recently. Recently as in one of the last times I streamed, it was like 2 months ago. But I think I played you. Well, GG's then. I am going off stream right now, but you poked it just in time. Or the V-Slosher in Ruins. Oh nice, GG's. Yeah, again, thanks y'all for coming out. And now whoever that was, Burden at the very start of the stream, saying he wanted some Sunder. Obviously I ended with Dreadringer, but hopefully you got some nice Sunder gameplay still, some nice notes. Yeah. Yeah, have a good night. Thanks for coming out.